3 reasons why America can't fail, even in crisis. In 1865, the Civil War is over. Up to 750,000 Americans are dead. Entire regions, devastated. The economy, shattered. The political system, on the edge. By every historical rule that has ever existed. This is where a nation collapses. They fragment. They rewrite everything. They vanish from the global stage. And yet, the United States doesn't collapse. It doesn't replace its system. It keeps it, amends it, and within decades, becomes the largest industrial power on Earth. So the question isn't just what happened. The question is, why didn't it break, when almost every other nation would have? The answer isn't luck. It isn't one leader. It isn't even one decision. It's 3 structural forces, hiding in plain sight. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. Force 1. Geography. Most people underestimate this. The United States covers 3.8 million square miles, flanked by 2 oceans, bordered by 2 non-threatening neighbors. No rival power has a viable land route to its core. Geopolitical analysts Robert D. Kaplan and George Friedman have called it one of the most strategically secure positions in all of human history. But here's what's easy to miss. Before we continue, like and subscribe if this documentary resonated with you, and help us share to help other lovers of history find this video. Let us continue. Geography isn't just about keeping enemies out. It's about what it allows to grow inside. The Mississippi River system alone drains 1.2 million square miles, feeding the most agriculturally productive temperate zone on the planet. And since the British briefly burned Washington in 1814, a moment that, notably, produced no regime change, no foreign force has touched the continental core. Not once. But protection alone doesn't explain survival. Because the most dangerous threats don't come from outside. They come from within. And when they do, something else activates. Force 2. Institutional inertia. The Constitution is ratified. James Madison, its primary architect, doesn't build a system optimized for speed. He builds one optimized for resilience. Power is divided. Failures are slowed. Crises are absorbed at multiple levels before they can topple the whole. His exact words in Federalist number 51, "Ambition must be made to counteract ambition." That wasn't philosophy. It was engineering. At the same moment, Alexander Hamilton makes a quieter, but equally critical, move. In 1790, he argues the federal government must assume all state war debts. One unified credit. One foundation of trust. It seemed like an accounting decision. It was actually the beginning of the financial architecture that would hold the world together 200 years later. Because consider this, France has had 5 republics since 1789. Germany rebuilt its constitutional order twice in the 20th century. Russia has had 4 constitutions since 1918. The United States has had 1. Amended 27 times. Including surviving a civil war that killed up to 750,000 people, without replacing the document. That isn't accident. That's structural design at work. But there's still a third force. And it's arguably the strangest one of all. Force 3. The Dollar Trap. July 1944. Bretton Woods, New Hampshire. 44 nations gathered to rebuild the global economy after the war. Britain's John Maynard Keynes, one of the most respected economists alive, proposes a neutral global currency. The banca. No single nation in control. The United States rejects it. The dollar becomes the center. Now fast forward to August 15, 1971. President Nixon ends the dollar's link to gold, a move economists predict will destroy confidence in the currency. The opposite happens. The dollar's share of global reserves rises. By 2024, nearly 60% of global foreign exchange reserves are still held in US dollars, according to IMF COFA data. And here's the paradox that makes this system almost impossible to dismantle. Foreign nations, including rivals, hold approximately $7.6 trillion in US debt. If they try to walk away from the dollar, they destroy the value of what they already hold. Dependence becomes stability, not by design, not by force, by necessity. So what happens when all three activate at once? The global financial system fractures. US GDP falls, but only 2.5%. Germany falls 4.5%. Japan, 4.9%. The Federal Reserve expands its balance sheet from $900 billion to $2.2 trillion in 12 months. The system bends. It doesn't break. A global pandemic collapses economies almost overnight. The US deploys nearly $5 trillion in fiscal and monetary response within 90 days. Not flawless, not painless, but structured to endure. Now, to be clear, this is not an argument that America is invincible. Economist Barry Eichengreen has argued for years that dollar dominance carries real vulnerabilities. Stephen Levitsky and Daniel Ziblatt, in How Democracies Die, warn that American institutions are more fragile than they appear. Climate pressure, debt accumulation, internal division, these aren't small problems. But history keeps returning the same verdict. The resilience of the United States isn't located in any president, party, or policy. It's located in the structure itself. Built, from the very beginning, not to avoid crisis, but to survive it. And that raises one last question. If collapse has been predicted this many times, and has never fully arrived, what would it actually take to break it?